honest with you, Yasmin. All I want to be an example of is that with a disability, you can run your own business and you can be an independent person. Just because you have a disability doesn't mean you have to be a slave to it and let your life be over with. You can fight through things and still do things to be as independent as possible. That's why I got my wheelchair. Hold on. Right next to my bed. Because I was able to put myself in the bed tonight. I do it every so often just to make sure I still can. With my parents getting older, I try to make sure I make a habit of putting myself in the bed as much as when I can because I don't want them to feel like they have to. With them getting older, I feel like that's a responsibility that I should put on myself and make myself responsible for. So I try to do it as much as I can to make sure they're helped out and that they know that I don't want to depend on them or depend on anybody. I try to do as much as I can to be as independent as I possibly can because when I first started, I used to be lazy, make excuses, and depend on them for mostly everything and get mad when they wouldn't do basic stuff that I could do for myself. So getting into spirituality, I made sure I step up and I do everything I can do. I still have lazy moments from time to time, but I try to make them as small as possible. And I try to do as much as I can. I get myself up every day when I mostly wake up every morning. It might be occasional mornings where I lay and I let my mom get me up every once in a while, but I try to make sure I get myself up every morning. And when my parents leave me something to cook, I normally, as you guys know, go cook in the air fryer. I try to be as independent as possible because I want to show people, even with a disability, you can still be independent. You can still be self-sufficient and you can still be very successful even with your disability. You just can't let it mentally beat you down and mentally make you feel like you can't do anything, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion from my personal spiritual experience, though.